So on the other side of town, okay, the reason I don't know why you're upset, but everyone knows why I'm sighing. Everyone knows what I'm about to say.
You hate ladder matches.
Multi-man ladder matches give me a fucking enema. I don't like it at all. Multi-man ladder matches give me sodomy aches. I don't like them because they don't fucking matter anymore. It's just goofiness. Now, on the flip side, I did say this stuff based on promos and based on the way that the matches were set up, like who was in them. I did feel like it was very possible that the women would have a better ladder match than the guys. I was like, it's a possibility, just based on who was in there.
In hindsight, that's not fair.
Why in hindsight?
In hindsight. And because we know what happened.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to compete against that.
Right. Fair enough.
Like they had a story moment. You know what I mean? Which was fucking epic. So in hindsight, but you don't know that going in. But you don't know that going in.
Yeah, but you're talking about the ending. Before that ending happened, just look at the match.
It was a ladder match.
First of all,
it's not bad. Let me just go on the record and say that I don't think it was a bad match for what it was. For what it was, which was a ladder match. It was. I mean, Stephanie was there, so it's okay.
Well, that brings me to the first match because when we get to the first match, let me lower my anger again because I'm getting just as angry as I was that fucking day because it's all coming back to me now. Remember I told you 2 seconds ago that AAA pulled my wife in and she stayed for the whole show? And then this match ended.
After this.
Then this match happened, and when the ending happened, she fucking left. Okay? She goes, fuck this, I'm going to go take a shit. She went to go take a shit. They
ruined your quality time.
They ruined... This ending to this match almost ruined the entire fucking weekend for me. Because we're talking about the opening match. It's the Money in the Bank ladder match for the women. It's Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Julia, Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, and Stephanie Vacour. We can sit here and go blow for this match. Not necessary.
I'd rather not.
I love the idea. I think you had mentioned it before when we first talked about it, how it was like a mixture of like kind of a younger generation and the older generation. It was a nice dynamic. The ladder match is what it is. We're not going to go here and go nuts over a fucking ladder match. But when the match was over and we saw who the winner was, the person who won the Money in the Bank ladder match, I personally felt like all of my fandom of Triple H was thrown in my fucking face. And he hates me. He hates me. This is the only reason this would happen, is if he specifically hates just me. Because it's a perfect storm of all the bullshit I don't fucking like. I don't like the multi-man ladder match. I don't like the concept of Money in the Bank anymore to begin with. And I don't, of the fucking six, I could list in order of the people I would want to win this match, and Naomi would still be 10th. Because I would also throw in the referee. I'd like the referee. The referee, right? Michael Cole. I'll take Michael Cole. The ladder could win one of any of the 9 turnbuckles. And then
the actual briefcase itself.
Yeah, I would like the briefcase to become self-aware and just consume the contract and cash in on a champion of its fucking choice before nay fucking Omi.
Correct me if I'm wrong too, because I feel like I'm wrong and I want to be wrong here.
You want to be wrong here
because the first thing that came to my head the moment she won was I feel like she was the least active in this match.
Holy shit, yeah, of course. And you know what's funny? I'm not holding it back anymore. I'm getting upset again, okay? I'm not holding it back. You know what's so fucking funny? We were just doing a botch conversation for AAA and how improved it was. You had your spots. They get a little flustered up, right? But pretty smooth 1 to 5, right? And the biggest problem that I have with Naomi is that she fucks every spot she's a part of up. Every single fucking time. If you put a group of people together, she's the one who's going to tip the fucking boat over. It is a guarantee. Naomi must have had 3 spots the whole fucking time, and she fucked 2 of them up. The only person in the fucking match to make a fucking mistake was the fucking winner. And I just don't understand. This is the same person you fucking released. You released this person. You didn't want them around anymore. And then the comeback and to be immediately put into a storyline with an individual. We were giving Bianca Belair all this credit. The Rock of Gibraltar, right? She has to put this fucking satchel on her fucking back and carry her up the Great Wall of China. Please, Bianca Belair, tap into the blood of Christ and get this woman over, please. With every bone in your body, try to get this woman over. And Bianca Belair, like Hercules himself, has tried and stirred to get this woman, please, like Naomi. And like the crickets and the cookies of the night, no one gives a fuck. And how are we still... God embodied Bianca Belair and gave her the gift of athleticism, and the holiness could not get her over. And she's the fucking winner of this match. I take it back. She's 12. I would have put McAfee's shoes above her. You could put McAfee's shoes, could have won the Money in the Bank. The person who was sitting in the second row of Section 107, they could have won the Money in the Bank before this person. I don't understand. Where the fuck do you go? Who does she cash in on? Who? Tiffany Stratton? Who's gonna Io Sky? Who? What fucking purpose does this serve? Who the fuck does this help? If you have Naomi cash in on Tiffany Stratton, fire Tiffany Stratton. There's no fucking recouping. No fucking recouping. That's like LeBron James getting dunked on by a Home Depot employee. It's fucking over. It's fucking over. There's nothing you can do. The reputation is shot. Or made it more like LeBron getting dunked on by Ben Simmons. But that's a basketball joke for other people. But there's no fucking... This helps. Look at the fucking names in that ring. Stephanie McCool, Roxanne Perez, Rhea Ripley, Julia, and Alexa Bliss. And some asshole in the back circled Naomi's name. Go fuck yourself. I should have known after the Triple H pay-per-view. I should have fucking not only turned off the TV, I should have cut off my internet completely. I should have just said, no, enjoy your peace and enjoy your fucking sanity. And go about your fucking business. But no, because I'm a glutton for punishment, because I'm a whore, because I'm a piece of shit who won't leave this wrestling shit alone for the life of me, I had to fucking watch this atrocity take place. And it happened before my eyes. And I think my wife knew I was going to blow up, and that's why she left. I'm not going to sit here and watch this guy fucking unalive himself right now. I'm going to watch the spaghetti. Fuck it. Naomi's 13th. The boiling water that was boiling my spaghetti could have won Money in the Bank, and I would have been happier about it. I don't want to talk about this shit anymore. I really fucking don't.
Fair enough.
This was fucking disgusting. It was so. I slapped my fucking bed. I almost broke my. I was like one of those people on the internet when their team loses a game and they punch the TV screen. I understand
the TV outside and shoot it with a gun.
I understand it. I understand. You know when like your favorite player leaves your team so they go to the backyard and burn the jersey? I understand this feeling now. I get it. The betrayal of this shit.
Did you take all your belts and throw it in a trash can of fire?
Oh my God. I almost took out my firstborn son as a sacrifice to undo this. Please, undo this, okay? I want to touch radioactive material so that I can gain the powers of Superman and then fly around the earth and rewind time and have someone else fucking do this shit. I'll take the fucking lung cancer. I don't care. Undo this right now. Undo it. There is nowhere good to go for this. And if this is a setup to get a belt on her by Evolution, I hope Triple H breaks his left big toe for no fucking reason at all whatsoever. Seriously. I hope he chips a tooth on a cob of corn. That he's eating the long way, because this is crazy. We shouldn't be here. I'm going to the next match. Before I lose what's left of my sanity and my hair.
Oh,
this was another match.
Dominic Mysterio, the champion.
Yeah, this doesn't make any fucking sense either. Octagon Jr. was just in a fucking 6-man. And just because Dominic was ringside, he challenges this relative unknown to the American audience to a match and just willingly puts the Intercontinental Championship on the line for later in the day, and then they go out there and have a literal, not an exaggeration, 5-minute match. It was 4 minutes 55 seconds. And this is a very similar setup. So remember Dominic Mysterio, the last show, when we were saying that him and Penta only wrestled like 8 or 9 minutes, and you were like, oh, but that, that's good though, right? It showcases both guys. It's a strong win, especially for him. He's building up. This didn't do shit for Dominic Mysterio. I don't know what this was. This was random as fuck. All of those luchadors that were on that fucking show that performed and stood out, that would have been an okay choice for the promotion and the publicity and the marketing of AAA, and they chose this guy. And this guy's not a bad wrestler at all. But there are names that were on that AAA card that American audiences know. He ain't one of them. So I don't know if that 4 minutes and 55 seconds meant a fucking thing to anybody. But this is starting to piss me off because I was feeling so fucking good watching AAA. We're 2 matches deep. And I'm like, this is bullshit.
That's the problem, man. They were back-to-back. They shouldn't have.
This is bullshit.
Or at least I watched them back-to-back. They were the day after, right?
No, back-to-back. Back-to-back. AAA ended, and then immediately went into the pre-show for the Money in the Bank.
Oh, shit.
Literally within the hour.
I mean, I watched them immediately back-to-back, but I didn't know they did it live.
Live, when YouTube was playing AAA, it fed into the feed on Peacock for the pre-show to fucking Money in the Bank, to which I then switched to Money in the Bank, and within the hour, my 13th choice, 14th actually, because I would have taken Gunther's socks to win Money in the Bank before fucking Naomi, and that's what happened within the hour.
Hold on, we all know Gunther doesn't wear socks.
Oh, listen. I would have taken his bare fucking feet. Chop his fucking feet off. He wears loafers with no socks. Okay? I would have taken it. I saw Vikingo and Chad Gable destroy the Kia Forum building, shake the rafters, and put joy over the faces of pro wrestling fans around the world. 75 minutes later, Naomi won Money in the Bank.
We're off that match. So
that is the time period of which, for 75 minutes, the world was a happy place to live. And then it went completely to shit. So I'm watching Dominic Mysterio do whatever he is, dry hump Octagon Jr. for 5 fucking minutes. And I'm thinking, surely it can't get worse. And our next match is the last chance match for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria have a last chance match where if Lynch loses the match, she cannot challenge for the IC title for as long as Lyra has it. If Lyra loses the match, she has to raise her hand. I said to my wife, you know what? I like the stip because at least it's not like one of those blow-off situations that it has to be something very stereotypical, right? It's not in a cage. It's not a no DQ, no holds bar street fight from Carajo Land or whatever. It's it's a different type of stip. It's a respect factor thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a little different. It's part of the storytelling. And I was like, all right, cool. So they went out there 15 minutes and they did their thing. They went out there and wrestled their fucking asses off. But I'm watching this match and I'm immediately thinking of you. Because I don't fucking see it. Help me. Help me
don't like
understand.
Lyra.
Not a fucking. You know, the other thing is I don't hate her. I think she's a good in-ring performer. I think she does the moves. She's in the right spot. She doesn't fuck anything up. She's smooth. She's a technician. I get it. I get that part. Does she belong in the WWE? Sure. she's not a superstar of any fucking kind. I don't get anything from her that's like of any interest. I don't understand.
I say she's growing. I wouldn't call her a superstar.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
she's definitely growing, and I think she's got it. I just don't think this is a storyline for me. You know what it is. She's got it. I think she's got it. She just needs to sharpen it a little bit.
I don't think she has a goddamn
I like her gimmick. I like her wrestling. I think she's fine.
She reminds me of the head trainer of a wrestling school. She could do all the bumps. She could do all the moves. She could probably teach you how to be a fine wrestler. No actual marketing or branding or commercial appeal at all whatsoever. She's just one of those good wrestlers. There's a lot of those. I don't see
what's wrong with that.
What's wrong with that is that you don't make money with that. That's what's wrong with that. You don't draw money with that. You don't draw attention like that. You're just a good wrestler. We've had those in the past. A lot of good wrestlers in wrestling. When you're on the WWE, when you've got a championship, when you're one of only 5 matches on a pay-per-view, I would think there'd be a general interest in seeing you. Chelsea Green is not half of the worker that Lyra Valkyria is. But I want to see Chelsea Green on fucking TV.
I mean, a lot of people want to see Chelsea Green on TV.
Exactly. I don't want to see Lyra Valkyria or her sheep herding boyfriend or whatever the fuck his name is. I don't need to fucking see him either.
See, but I counter your argument with Becky Lynch. Because she's a superstar.
She's perceived to be a superstar.
I don't want to see that shit.
She's been exposed.
When?
Becky is not the star, not even close to the star she used to be. In 2019, I was in the building when she came out for the main event at WrestleMania. I was in that building. That was 70,000 strong. That building shook. She was over. She's not that person anymore. She hasn't been in a while. But she's perceived by the company as a star. The whole point of this program was to give Lyra that rub. And I made the comment after the first match that they had. I don't think there's much of a rub she can give. Because Becky's kind of already done everything there is to do. As a matter of fact, if you would have told me before this match started, based on the situation at hand, with Lyra struggling to get over as a champion and Becky kind of struggling to maintain the stardom that she has, what's the worst possible outcome for this match? It would be what happened, which is the fucking title change. How does Becky Lynch holding that title help anything? How does it help Becky? How does it help Lyra? How does it fucking help the Intercontinental Championship?
No, I'll do you one better. It hurts.
Yes.
It goes the opposite direction.
Fans are going to see right through that. They're going to see right through that. Becky being the Intercontinental Champion at this point is fucking weird. It's like all these people who are like, you know what John should have did during his 4 World Tour? He should have won the Intercontinental Champion so he could be a Grand Slam champion. For fucking what? He's got 17 world titles. Are you fucking kidding me? It's like being in the gold medal match and then like, you know, the one place he's never finished is 6th. You know, he should really slow up and really complete the whole thing, 1 through 8. What the fuck? Why the fuck would I do that? Well, I could be number 1. Becky's done everything. They put the fucking list on the screen. This is not me being an asshole. They put the shit on the screen for my wife to see and laugh. Royal Rumble winner, NXT champion, Raw champion, SmackDown champion. The only woman to hold both, not the only woman, she was one of the first women to win the Raw and SmackDown titles at the same exact time. The first woman to main event WrestleMania and fucking win. And this was before the 2-night format and before COVID. This was the real WrestleMania format. As a matter of fact, at 2020, the 36 show where it was in the Performance Center was the WrestleMania that followed that. Everything after that has been 2 nights. She's the last real WrestleMania main eventer in history. She's got a resume. And yet, since that resume has been fulfilled, when she this is the topic that nobody wants to touch, but I'll say it. Since the kid, it hasn't been the same. And it's not because of the kid, obviously. It's not because she got pregnant. That's fucked up. That's not the reason. The reason wasn't the kid. The reason was the absence. That was the fucking reason. She left. Other people took her spot and moved up and did a hell of a job. And now she's trying to come back and fit in on top. When she left, you know who appeared? Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. That generation of female came through. EL Sky, Dakota Kai. Those youngins, Raquel Rodriguez, all those NXT chicks came up. And it became a different ball field. And then she came in and just went, well, looks like I'm back on top. No. They positioned you that way because that's the position you were in. And that's the respect that you demanded from the company you work for. The audience moved on. For all the horsewomen, the audience for Charlotte has moved on. The audience for Bayley has moved on. The audience for Sasha Banks has moved on. It's a different time. They're the veterans now. I don't want to use the word, but they're the old heads now. It's different. This is a new generation of people who are watching you. And I know people are going to say, well, AJ, they were stars. Like, they came out of NXT in like 2015, 2016. That's not a long time ago. That was 10 years ago. It's a decade ago. There's a whole listing of people that are already ahead. And NXT right now has a whole new crop ready to go to try to take over Rhea and Bianca. That's how long they've been doing this. We're trying to figure out what's going on with WrestleMania 42 and it being in Vegas and how this is going to work out. And the Four Horsewomen debuted at WrestleMania 32. So this isn't the rub they think that it is. Lyra, and then it's not even a rub when you think about it because Lyra fucking lost. They took the belt off of her and gave it to fucking Becky anyway. So what's the result now? A rematch? Part 3 of Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch? I take it. I fucking take it back. Naomi is now 15th on the list. I would put the Intercontinental title belt ahead of Naomi to win Money in the fucking Bank because, goddamn it, and I would have it cashing on itself. Get away from these two. Let it be its own self-aware entity, both the briefcase and the belt. You can put the belt in the briefcase. It looks like intercourse if you describe it out loud. This is match 3. I don't like any of this. And I knew it. I should have fucking known. I should have fucking known when AAA happened that it was just too good to be true. I should have just turned off everything and went about my fucking day and just read the results of Money in the Bank. Because when this match was over, I was already in a steady decline. And my wife came back and she was trying to rub my shoulders. And then the next fucking match was the goddamn men's Money in the fucking Bank ladder match. And my fucking skin's crawling. I said, surely I'm not sitting here actually saying out loud that AAA had a better show than WWE today. Insanity. And you kind of spoke on the men's Money in the Bank as it is already because you talked about the big storyline deal. We had Seth Rollins, Andrade, El Grande Americano, LA Knight, Penta, and Solo Sikoa. Now, again, big bumps, big sequences. Chad Gable, for me, took the bump of the fucking night when he took that side suplex all the way from the fucking top of the fucking ladder. That man is a madman. He's a fucking madman. But Andrade and Penta were in this match for one reason and one reason only, and that was to take crazy bumps. And that's what they did. Yeah. They took crazy bumps. LA Knight was in there to give the fans hope that something good might happen. He did his job. Solo Sikoa was in there for no fucking reason at all whatsoever. Did he do anything in this match?
He was silly.
Yeah, he did he was doing everybody else's hand gestures. That was his role in the fucking match. And then there was fucking Seth fucking Rollins. And my wife asked me before the match, she goes, who do you think is going to win this match? I said, look at the field. It has to be Seth. There's no other reason to book it this way because it's all storyline. Right? Because he's doing the whole deal where he wants power, he wants control. You know, he can't win the world title right now because it's in flux. But if you give him the Money in the Bank, you can pretty much kickstart his world title run anytime that you fucking want. It's perfect. Well, is the Money in the Bank supposed to get over like the next guy or whatever? It's like, babe, that's why I hate this match. When Triple H came out and said he wasn't a fan of this match, I was so relieved to hear it.
What?
Because Triple H went public and he was like, he's not a fan of the concept anymore. He thinks it's run its course, and he's 110% correct. If you want to keep the ladder match deal just for the high spot and the excitement of it and all that other stuff, but you don't want to take it.
What
don't
was
want
the
to
one they
include main
got rid
eventers.
of? Not Backlash. There was a pay-per-view
They got rid of Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell. Do that instead.
Oh my God! Please no. You know what? Naomi is 16. I want Hell in a Cell to win Money in the Bank before Naomi, so that he can cash in on Triple H and get his match back. That's to get his pay-per-view back. Excuse me. So just so we're clear on the order so far. So this match took place. Seth Rollins wins with a bunch of bumblefuckery.
Hootenanny.
Oh yeah, it was indeed it was a spectacle. That's for sure. And what were your thoughts of this match? Because I've been ranting this entire time. I'm ready to stick a
Dude,
screwdriver in my head.
I almost feel guilty doing reviews on these Money in the Banks because I just feel like our response to it is kind of the same, right? It's a ladder match. I don't go into it with as much hate as you do.
Fair.
So I enjoy it for what it is. So it's fine. Like, I like the little spots of jumping, doing a little, setup with the ladder, and then go tickle somebody, and then you come back later and you do a flip on the ladder. Like, we get it. We see it every single time. I enjoy it. It is what it is. Like, there's nothing I could do about it. It's happening. But the Solo Sikoa thing at the end was pretty good. The whole "I hate you" thing, and seeing that happen and wondering how that story's gonna play out. That stuff was cool. I mean, like you said, I already knew Seth was gonna win. So it's just a matter of how he was gonna do it. His goons came out. Some more goons came out. It was a big fight. He ended up at the top, and he took it. It is what it is. I'd rather them do something else with this time. I'm sure there's a different pay-per-view they could do. Something completely different. Create something new. You don't need the Money in the Bank is so stupid. Especially if you're going to put it on someone who is already at the top level. Like, Seth doesn't need the briefcase. He's going to get a title match regardless.
He basically is Money in the Bank. He's Seth Rollins.
He is a walking Money in the Bank. I honestly even believe that it feels like if anybody wins that match, I kind of low-key feel like, why was Seth in there to begin with?
Yes.
Like, if Seth
That's why I
doesn't
said
win,
it had to be him.
So why the fuck is he even in there?
Yeah,
it's a waste of energy.
Could you imagine if LA Knight would have won, but then Seth's in there? It's like,
it just doesn't make sense.
God. Oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God.
So, hopefully he comes up with something different. Because the Money in the Bank thing is just kind of silly.
Because I told my wife, I said, you know what? If you want to keep it so fucking bad, but you don't want to do anything real and legit with the main eventers, change it up. Change it up. Make the Money in the Bank contract specific for something else. How about this? Do a tag team Money in the Bank. Just do. You know what? Just do tag teams, and the winner gets a shot at tag team titles whenever he wants. Or do like a mid card Money in the Bank or something. If you don't want to put your main eventers in there, or that's fine. Just either get rid of the fucking concept, or do something different with the fucking concept, because the concept is played. When they said that the first Money in the Bank ladder match was 20 years ago, I was like, bruh, stop. I can't even remember a gimmick that outlandish lasting this fucking long. I don't. And then people, they couldn't even. I was telling people, because they were like, I'm so flustered right now. Like, I can't get all the words out at the same time. There were some people who were like, but it gets people over and it gets people to the next place. I said, they stopped doing that years ago. Last year's winner was Drew McIntyre, and he failed to cash in the night that he won it. You didn't even remember. I was trying to ask people if they remember who won last year. They couldn't. The year before that, Damian Priest, okay, he cashed in at WrestleMania. That's a good one. Who was before Damian Priest? Nobody remembers. They're not making anybody with this. Even for the women, who was last year's women's winner? And that was a big one. You were in my house when we found out about that.
And I like Damian Priest, but I low-key don't like that cash-in.
At WrestleMania, right? The opening
I was
one.
So excited for him to win that belt, only to lose it to the cash-in. And that's my guy. I like Damian Priest.
Yeah, Drew had it for 5 minutes.
I felt
right?
so bad for Drew having to drop it there.
Just to further the storyline with Punk. Which the program was fire, but
we could have did it with the belt.
We could have did it without the goddamn belt. Yeah, he could have. Yeah, he could have held that belt leading up to Punk. But it was what it was.
Yeah. It was what it was. That's the past.
Which was exactly what the main event was. It was what it was. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso against John Cena and Logan Paul. 23 minutes of I don't know what the fuck.
I'll tell you what, that fucking that drone spot with the on the top rope.
That was
I fucking love that.
That was hot, actually. That was pretty cool.
That was fun, and I love that they kept the camera on him, so when you didn't see the splash coming, and he gets hit.
They didn't do anything. He was holding it, which was beautiful. Because I don't know how he was able to hold that drone the whole suplex.
Perfect.
But the beauty is that he held it all the way through, took the bump, still held it, and then the splash came out of nowhere, and it just it was too much for the camera. He couldn't hold that.
It was absolutely amazing. And then when they ran the replay, I don't know if this was intentional with the camera angles, but I couldn't see the drone in it.
Oh,
so when they ran the replay,
referee,
you just see like the stuff happening because you obviously can't see it because you're seeing it through the drone, but you get to see it from the outside. And it literally just looks like he's taking, I don't know. It was just good. I love that whole drone thing, man. That shit is, and I know that's him.
Yeah.
I know that's his genius
idea,
with that shit.
Yeah, that's
100%.
That's definitely his idea.
Yeah, that's fucking fire.
It was a tag match. It was what it was. Jey Uso selling an injury leading up to the big Gunther match on Monday Night Raw. No, we're not going to get into the match on Monday Night Raw tonight because who gives a shit? We can have that battle next week because I don't have it in me to have that fight today. I'm all worn the fuck out already. That's a different conversation for another day. And yes, I did hear what Rikishi had to say. I always have to hear what Rikishi has to say. Everyone has to hear what Rikishi has to say whenever anything. If anyone sneezes on Jey Uso, Rikishi has an hour-long podcast to talk about it. I get it. I understand. It's his son. He's going to say what he's going to say. But Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, John Cena and Logan Paul, not for nothing. I felt John Cena versus R-Truth was better for the farewell tour than this tag team match. How about that? That's where I stand with it. This whole
that R-Truth math was good.
4 minutes of it, better than the whole 23 minutes of this shit.
That shit was good.
I didn't care. I don't think anyone cared. The stagey acting with the two egos flaring up. Paul pushing Cena, Cena pushing Paul leads to a big tag, and Cena, oh no! Oh no, indeed, John. Oh no, indeed. I'm not going to front. I can't wait for Peacemaker, but this is no...